Hello, my name is Giselle Holder, and the purpose of this video is to share with you a project-based learning activity. My project-based learning activity I chose is the potato battery experience. I chose grade 6 and the subject science under the unit designing experiment. For this project, students will experiment with potatoes to make a potato battery. They will explore and document how long a potato battery can supply electrical energy, explore if the potato itself gives off electricity, or if in fact it acts as an electrolyte or a buffer to force the electrons to travel through the potato, separating zinc and copper and forming a complete circuit. The class will be divided into 4 groups. Each group would use their potato battery to charge a LED bulb or a light bulb. Students will use a voltage meter to measure how many volts each potato produced and how many potatoes they ended up using to light their LED bulb or light bulb. The materials for this project is 2 to 5 potatoes, zinc coated or galvanized screws, pennies or paper clips, copper wires, a voltage meter, LED light or light bulbs. Students will be required to record their experiment, number of potatoes, number of voltage produced, if in fact 1 or 2 potato was able to light their LED bulb, and then provide a brief summary of their experiment. Student engagement and how it helps increase their cognition. Why a group project? Group learning helps build connections with other classmates. This activity helps students develop team building skills by working, problem solving, and sharing ideas. They will use relevant technology to find resources, communicate, and produce a final product. How will this increase their cognition? Well, this activity requires students to do, problem solve, and figure out a solution to get an electrical charge from their materials to charge their LED or light bulbs. Because it's a hands-on approach activity, students will gain the experience that allows them to retain the process of creating their battery using potatoes and with the material listed. Discovering that the potato itself gives no electricity but rather acts as an electrolyte or a buffer, allowing the electrons to travel through the potato. The potato itself is an electrical chemical cell. Kids retain information better when they do than if we tell them. So how will this project-based learning unit challenge students using Bloom's taxonomy model approach? The first level of the approach is remember. Students will begin this project on their previous knowledge about electricity. Electricity is a physical phenomenon associated with the presence of matter processing an electrical charge. Understanding. The following 4 things must be present to create an electrolyte battery. A. Acid electrolyte. B. Zinc electrodes. C. Copper electrodes. And D. Connectors. Understanding which material has what component to make up the 4 elements that they will need. Apply. Students will apply their knowledge and understanding of the materials they have and what is needed for electricity to be produced. Analyze. Students will analyze how to use the material they have to make their potato battery, following the steps to make the batteries. Evaluate. Students will use their voltage meter to measure the amount of voltage each potato produces, evaluating if they have produced enough voltage to light up their LED or light bulb, and record their findings as they go along. Create. Students will now have created an electrochemical cell with their potato to create a battery that sends an electrical force to charge their LED and light bulb. Justification and learning. What would students gain by the end of this activity? By the end of this activity, students will have a clear understanding of what elements are needed to produce an electrical charge, widened their knowledge about electricity and its conductors, be able to build a battery independently, gain the experience of conducting an investigation activity and recording findings. They would have acquired skills needed to know what an electrical chemical cell is, how to produce electricity from alternative sources. They would have learned how to ground wires connecting positive and negative wires, using a multimeter to measure the amount of voltage produced. They would have developed some life skills of finding electricity from an alternative source. Conducting and recording and documenting their experiment. Develop team building skills by sharing responsibilities after working on the group project and summarizing their findings. I hope this will be a group project that you would think about taking on for your sixth graders. Thank you.